think David has always defined his life around skiing.
Back to the beginning of his involvement professionally in skiing, he was a ski racer, of course. He went into coaching, and he was the head coach at a ski area in New Jersey.
He was director of racing program at Great Gorge, the ski area. Well, David and I met the first time in the parking lot when I was working for Head Ski Company. And I was so impressed with the work he was doing at Great Gorge. And I said, this is a terrific guy. If we can get this guy from New Jersey to come to Maryland, he'd be a real asset to the company. And one thing led to another, and he did start working for Head.
Dave Scott was very, very influential with many young ski racers, particularly when he was at Head Ski Company. He went out of his way, and probably way over budget, to assist many young ski racers to have the opportunity to have great equipment.
The kids that he attracted, I think, looked at him almost as a father figure.
When he organized the ski racing camp in Tignes, France, we were staying at a hotel. And of course, they were trying to cut corners as much as they could so they could make a profit. But they weren't putting out any butter, or they weren't putting out enough butter. And Dave went to the manager of the restaurant and said, "De beurre, we need more de beurre." And there was no way that the man was going to turn down a guy that was 240 pounds, 6'3", or whatever Dave was at that point in time. So we got more butter.
David may have been one of the early new breed of leaders in the ski industry who, while they came from the industry, they came from skiing as a skier, they still had larger vision of what the ski industry could become.
Following AMF Head, David went into the retail business, bought the old Chivas store, which he ran with his wife Gretchen for a number of years.
And made that into probably one of the best retailers in Colorado. He and Gretchen imported, I think, Blizzard and Navica ski wear.
One of the things you could say was a risk taker, and successfully a risk taker. He brought in LaCroix skis.
It was a new French ski that was the first soft ski, a great powder ski. And it made quite a splash in our industry in the 80s.
I think he has done a lot, just to bringing all the equipment over for the ski industry, because, most of the companies are from Europe.
When you think about bringing products in from Europe, David loves southern France. And one of the neatest things about David is that whether he's in Vail, Colorado, Boulder, Colorado, or Port Grimaud, France, he knows how to have a good time.
I think he was sort of a one-man promotional organization between the state of Colorado and the country of France. I think that was one of his great passions.
I don't know if anybody knows that David is the pétanque champion of Boulder, Colorado. His winning ways in pétanque has to do with the fact that he and his wife go to southern part of France, and he's had much more practice than anybody else.
Well, actually, the Colorado Ski Museum, which is a great thing, but it's had its ups and downs. And Dave stepped in as a director of the Colorado Ski Museum and devoted his time to it and his passion to it, and really, as I understand, really turned that around.
David has taken the museum from just barely hanging on perspective to putting together a board that is quite active, quite large. The organization that he's brought to the museum is something that no one's been able to do in the past.
They've had a lot of new innovations, like the big display at DIA, which he was instrumental in putting together. So the museum is very fortunate to have had his leadership.
I think it's important for people to understand the heritage of the sport and to be connected with it.
He is that catalyst that makes things happen.
David, félicitations. Congratulations.
David, I wanted to add my congratulations on this wonderful honor.
We're all very happy that you are being inducted to the Colorado Ski Hall of Fame.
Thank you very much for all your hard work over the years.
You deserved it. You've been around a long time. You've applied your passion to the sport.
David, let me thank you for involving me in your passage through the ski world. All I learned from you, the opportunities I had to work alongside of you, they still put a smile on my face today. Congratulations, young man. Nice work.